Hey guys, welcome back to Fantasy Tipped. Julian here for another Drops episode, this one for week 14. Before we jump into it, guys, drop a like and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And I'm going to jump right into it right now. And let's start with some forwards that you can consider dropping from your team. And the first guy on this list is Martin Necas. This dude has been super disappointing, especially as of late. He's playing on a line right now with Bunting and Kotkaniemi, which is not the worst line in the world, but he's only got 1 point in his last 4 games and 3 in his last 8. That's not particularly great, and he's been really a big disappointment, especially fantasy-wise this year. Now, Carolina has a lot of talent on their team, and Necas right now is not seeing top power play time. That definitely hurts his value. Now, I'm not standing here and telling you guys that Martin Necas is a drop in every league format. Absolutely not. He's just a drop in the shallower league formats, 8-man, 10-man, perhaps 12-man if there's someone available better on the waiver wire, but I'm definitely not dropping him in any type of league that's deeper than that. That's for sure. Next, we have Johnny Gaudreau, who I've had on this list quite a few times now this year, and even though he did turn it on more recently and get quite a nice streak of points there, he seems to have slowed right back down now. And Johnny Gaudreau, for me, is once again a drop. If you have to, obviously, if you're in a super deep league, you're hanging on to Gaudreau, but if you picked him up in a shallower league while he was on that nice streak, time to drop him. Teravainen is actually someone who's getting top line time right now with Aho and Svechnikov, who are both super hot, and yet Teravainen has done absolutely nothing. He's not getting top power play time either, and it's time to drop him. He hasn't been really that great all year, and he's definitely a droppable player. Brayden Schenn, what a disaster piece he has been lately. He's gone pointless in 10 games. The Jonathan Huberdeau special. Not someone I like having on my roster right now. Maybe when he turns things around and starts scoring points again, I'll scoop him back up. But right now, I don't want him anywhere near my fantasy roster. Then I got Tyler Bertuzzi, the Toronto Maple Leafs, who people have been picking up for some reason. He's been pretty awful all year, even though he's been getting top 6 deployment in Toronto. Unless the Leafs really ever have a super favorable schedule, I'm not picking up Tyler Bertuzzi. Jumping into defensemen, the first one on the list is Dougie Hamilton. It looks like the Devils might use his cap space to spend and go over the cap. If they do, Dougie Hamilton certainly cannot come back before the end of the season. Dougie Hamilton isn't likely to come back before the end of the season anyway, so the fact that 85% of people are holding on to him, I mean, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Obviously, if you have a room on your IR, it's a fairly empty IR, go ahead and hold on to him. But if you're struggling with injuries right now, Hamilton is droppable. Aaron Ekblad of the Florida Panthers is also someone who's pretty droppable. He's not someone who's particularly great. Fantasy-wise, he hasn't been since a couple of years ago. He's doing more decently now. So obviously, if you're in a deep league, you can still hang on to Ekblad. He's still definitely a serviceable defenseman. But if he's your weakest defenseman, he's definitely someone who's droppable. Tony DeAngelo is someone who basically never starts anymore in the starting lineup. He's awful. They're not playing him. And even when they do play him, he doesn't do anything. 30% rostered is absolutely crazy. Drop him now. Pavel Mintyukov, unfortunately, I absolutely love Mintyukov, but he's getting second power play time now that Drysdale has joined the lineup, so his value is just not as high, and he's not doing as much anymore. So unfortunately, Mintyukov is a drop. And finally, Jake McCabe of the Toronto Maple Leafs had a really nice streak before the holidays, was putting up peripherals and putting up points. The points have dried up now. The peripherals are still okay, but not really worth holding on to him. In the vast majority of leagues, he can be dropped as well. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching all the way through. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and hit that subscribe button. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next episode of Fantasy Tipped.